Hello, lovelies. So this morning's Seasons of the Witch Oracle, is the unknown. Bottom of the deck is remembering. Now, today's message was pretty much, it came in kind of clear. It's the unknown card has to do with trying to find yourself in those places you haven't dived in your mind, kind of thing. But also, it's to start doing something you've never done so you can get a result. This idea of, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is because there is an unknown. There's something happening. There's either an agreement you've made or a belief system you have that is creating a loop. And you have to go into those unknown places in order to actually remember what it is. To actually remember that it's not your truth, right? The remembering card here, for me, what it came up as is we don't know how to move next, right? We're in this unknown place. We know what we've been doing so far has provided some satisfaction, but there's something missing. There's just this little tidbit of inspiration or guidance that we are just not getting. The remembering card comes in at the bottom of the deck here to say go back. Go back to those times when you were little or younger and you didn't know what the world really was about, but you had this belief in yourself. You just had this knowing that your life was going to be everything you could imagine, or this understanding of wanting it to be everything you could imagine, but having the self-doubts and this is where the unknown part helps. To go into those places of trying to remember what it feels like to be happy, to be in bliss, to be content, right? We've got to go to those places in our mind that where we hide everything, where we hide the, oh, you can't because. Those belief systems that say you're not good enough, so no, you can't have luxury. Luxury is reserved for good enough, and you're not part of that group. There's an unknown factor that's keeping you stuck in place, and it's going back to remember who you used to be. When we watch children playing, there's no limit, right? Like I listen to my nieces and they're creating worlds of a fantasy of we're going to go have tea parties under rainbows. I mean, the limit to their imagination is only what we look at when we say, oh no, that's not possible. And then, as we grow up, the possibilities of things, we start to narrow that down. Here it's a matter of going back, 333 when I say this, going back to when you were the freest, remembering that feeling. And then once you tap into that feeling, trying to associate it with new pictures now. Your brain is an algorithm. And so when it seeks happy, when it seeks sad, when it seeks whatever the case, your closest experience of that emotion is going to come up. Just like when you're shopping for a red car, all you see is that red car. So now it's a matter of going in and going, okay, where's my loop? Where's my repeat button? What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting that I can be capable of everything so long as I take the time to do the work. I'm forgetting that I have this creative possibility within me that can do anything as long as I allow it the chance to be prepared when I'm not ready. Right? It's all these. My meditation this morning led to this, those stalling moments, those things we don't understand why we can't accomplish. You don't know what you don't know. And for me, it's blocks with various projects and writing schedules And I'm making excuses for I don't have all the right paintbrushes. I don't have all the right paints. I don't have all, the right office. I don't have the right space. I don't have the right creative outlet. These are all things I'm putting in place of actually doing it. The reason I'm allowing myself these excuses is because I'm scared. I'm scared of going back to a place where I was excited. When I was young, when I was in high school, I'd write just because, and people were intrigued, people were interested. Somewhere along the lines, I decided that was childish schoolwork and wasn't worthy of anyone outside of that environment to access. This is an unknown of realizing that I put a pin in my ability based on a belief. I've had to go into those dark places and go, why am I stalling? Why am I waiting? And then remember that these are all belief systems I have put into place and that I'm holding on to. But we've got to go to these, to discover the unknown, we have to go and do things we've never done. We have to go and practice what we've never practiced and learn things we've never looked at in ourselves, in our environment, in the people we're with. And so take the time today. I'm not even going to add any tarot. If you want more specific details, let me know and we'll do a tarot reading. But for today, it's a matter of having the courage to go into those places in our mind where we make those excuses, where we justify, where we reason ourselves out of whatever it is we're doing and whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. Whether it's starting something new, ending something old, it's starting a new pattern, getting, sitting in front of that desk, whatever it is, we have to go acknowledge that we don't know why we're not doing it. And that's only because we haven't asked the question. We haven't gone in to remember that we do have everything we need to start. We just have to believe in ourselves and do the things we're not used to doing. Practicing things that the person we're trying to become would be doing, and having the courage to go check out those places where we don't know why we're not, to ask the questions, to feel the feelings, and to remember who you are. If you want extra detail, like I said, let me know. This is a collective reading. Take what resonates. Please have a beautiful, beautiful day. Remember, you have everything you need. You are already the person you want to be.